So, welcome to Jumbo Eyes and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. Because we know MCQ practice is very important if you are serious about prelims examination, whether that's UPSC or any other state civil services examination. Okay, prelims is stage 1 and prelims is all about MCQs. And knowledge won't help you if you're serious about prelims examination. Mere knowledge would never help you. No matter how hard you study, no matter how much you study, you could have studied everything related to UPSC or civil services, but still you won't be able to clear your prelims exam if you have not practiced enough MCQs from what you have studied. Because MCQs is a sure shot way of consolidating or etching what you have studied in your memory forever. Okay, so you cannot clear your prelims examination without MCQ practice, no matter how hard you study. And to give you a good grasp on current affairs, because current affairs forms a very important chunk of prelims examination. 40 to 50% of the questions are directly or indirectly related to current affairs. So, to consolidate your current affairs, we have come out with this series in which we cover every day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. Make this lecture series a part of your daily routine because it is very important. Okay, if you follow this lecture series regularly, cover 4 to 5 MCQs daily with me, then these 4 to 5 MCQs on a daily basis would add up. They would add up to more than 1200 MCQs from current affairs alone. Okay, so as far as current affairs are concerned, you need not worry about them. As far as 40 to 50% of your paper is concerned, you need not worry about that if you have watched this lecture series regularly and consistently. All right. Okay, so enough of the introduction. Let's straight away jump into the discussion, starting with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding Interpol. It is an international organization headquartered in Lyon, France, that facilitates worldwide police cooperation and crime control. Okay, National Investigation Agency is the designated contact point for Interpol in India. Red notice released by Interpol is an international arrest warrant for wanted criminals. How many of the above statements are correct? Now listen. There are international criminals roaming around the world. Okay. Now, as far as criminals are concerned, everywhere in the world, criminals are handled by police. But police people become handicapped when they are dealing with international criminals because these international criminals can commit a crime in one country and then move away to another country. And they can stay away from the long arms of police. Okay. That happens. International criminals have a very good knack of evading the criminal justice system. Okay, they can move around the world. All right. So that is why all over the world, all countries decided to create an organization which would facilitate cooperation among all the polices in different countries. Okay. So they created Interpol in 1923, International Police Organization, basically. Okay, its full form. Now, this international organization was created in 1923 in Vienna, which is in Austria, but its current headquarters are in Lyon, France. And it facilitates worldwide police cooperation because police have jurisdiction within their borders, within the country's borders only. So, to catch international criminals, Interpol was created. Okay, this is correct. Now, Interpol, this international organization, communicates with different countries. Okay. Now, within these countries, there is this one nodal agency which is responsible for communication between that country and Interpol. Okay. It is the designated contact point. Okay. Now, that designated contact point is called National Crime Bureau. Okay. So, every country designates its special agency as that contact point, NCB. Now, India has designated CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation, for that. So, whenever Interpol wants to talk to India, it has to go through CBI. Whenever India wants to talk to Interpol, it has to go through CBI. CBI is the nodal contact point, Central Bureau of Investigation Agency. It's not NIA. Okay. Now, to catch different criminals, Interpol releases notices. Okay. Now, if red notice is released against a particular criminal, well, all polices all over the world would be informed that this is an international criminal, and you can choose if you want, you can choose to arrest that person, extradite that person to the country where he committed crime, or you can choose to ignore it also. So basically, red notice is just a warning to all the police personnel of all the countries that there is an international criminal roaming around in your country. Okay, it is not an international arrest warrant. Remember that. Different countries can choose to respond to these red notices. Okay, so it is not an international arrest warrant. This is also false. Only one. By the way, Interpol has near universal membership. All 197 countries are its members. Okay. Question number 2. Consider the following statements regarding Codo millets. These gluten-free grains rich in vitamins and minerals are staple food items for some tribals in India. Okay. It requires well-drained soils to grow and are extremely sensitive to droughts. These plants are believed to have originated in India. Now listen, why Codo millets were in the news? Because recently many elephants died in Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve. Okay, Bandhavgarh is a place in Madhya Pradesh, and Bandhavgarh has a tiger reserve as well as a national park. Now, in Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, many elephants died under suspicious circumstances. When their post-mortem was conducted, it was found that they consumed Codo millets. Now, Codo millets are not harmful, but when Codo millets are infected with funguses, so whenever they face fungal infection, they produce toxins that are poisonous. Okay, so basically these elephants must have consumed fungal infected Codo millets. Okay, without infection, Codo millets are quite nutritious. In fact, they are gluten free, they are rich in vitamins and minerals, and in fact they are staple food items for various tribals in central India and low economic people who belong to the low economic strata. Okay, so this part is correct. Now, Codo millets have one more advantage. They are healthy, they are good for your health, but they don't require that delicate an environment to grow. They can be grown anywhere. They can grow on poor soils, so they don't require well drained soils. They can even grow on during droughts also. They are drought resistant. Okay, they don't require that much water also to grow. So it's a pretty hardy crop. Okay. Now it is said that these plants originated in India. These plants are found in Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and they're also found to be in Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Indonesia, and all that. Okay, but some people say they originated in India. Okay, so this part is also correct. Answer is 1 and 3 only. Question 3. Which of the following statements is are not correct about regarding UNFCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change? Signed in 1992 at United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, also known as Earth Summit, Rio Summit, or Rio Conference. So UNFCC was signed during Earth Summit at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 1992. The convention has near universal membership. UNFCC entered into force on March 21, 1994. Its secretariat is in Vienna, Austria. Okay. Now, UNFCC is basically a climate change convention where all countries have signed it and vowed to prevent climate change, greenhouse gas emissions, global warming. Okay. Now, it was signed in 1992 and entered into force in March 21st, 1994. This part is correct. Okay. But its secretariat is in Bonn, which is in Germany, not in Vienna, Austria. Okay, so this part is false. It has near universal membership. This part is correct. Okay, so the answer is A. And last, consider the following statements regarding Lignosat. It is the world's first wood-paneled satellite developed by Kyoto University. The aim of this satellite is to test wood's ability to handle extreme space weather. Conventional satellites produce aluminium oxides which damage ozone layer. Okay, now listen. All the satellites in the world are covered by aluminium. Okay, because aluminium is known to protect the electronic equipments in satellites from space radiation, solar radiation, and whatnot. So that is why all these satellites are covered by a casing of aluminium to protect it from harmful radiations. Okay, but aluminium has a problem. When these satellites are at the end of their life cycle, when they are finished, when their work is done, when they die, basically, this aluminium burns and it produces aluminium oxides. These aluminium oxides are harmful for our ozone layer. And as you all know, ozone layer is the one that protects us from harmful ultraviolet radiations from sun. Okay, so ozone layer is very important. But these aluminium oxides actually harm ozone layer. So therefore, scientists and researchers are trying to experiment with other materials that can be used as casing for satellites that can be used as covering for satellites instead of aluminium. So researchers at Kyoto University proposed wood, okay, especially wood from a particular tree called magnolia tree. Okay, so they have created a very small satellite, okay, which is covered by wood from magnolia tree, and they call this satellite Lignosat. So it is the world's first wood paneled satellite developed by Kyoto University. The aim is to study the impact on wood during extreme space weather. Okay, so the aim of this satellite is to test wood's ability to handle extreme space temperatures. As you all know, temperatures in space can go from minus 100 degrees Celsius to plus 100 degrees Celsius in a matter of 45 minutes. So many of these satellites handle this much temperature change, pressure change, and space radiation also. So the aim is to test whether wood can replace aluminium in future. Okay, because wood has one more advantage. After burning, wood won't produce oxides that would harm ozone layer. Okay, so if wood is found to mimic the functions of aluminium, if wood is found an effective replacement of aluminium, well, it is a good replacement, because then aluminium oxides won't be produced, which would damage ozone layer. All right, so all three statements are correct. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I hope it has added value to your preparation, though it would add more value if you're consistent and regular with this lecture series. Okay, so make sure you make this lecture series a part of your daily routine. On that note, I'll be signing off. Thank you so much, everyone.